So Furiosa is experiencing some box office problems, and the quarter pounder, sorry, the quartering, because of course it's the quartering, has a solution to the problem, namely women's. That's right. A year after Barbie, remember Barbie? And again, I did not like Barbie. Thought it was really stupid. Thought it was toxic and woke and dumb, but it did make money. Made a whole lot of money. Or Super Mario Brothers, with Peach, that had women, that made money. So, yeah, Jeremy is not exactly world class cinematic intellectual, but I don't know. I myself gave Furiosa a pretty high score. I do think it's a really good film. I'd say it's actually better than Dune Part 2, frankly, but yeah, it is doing very poorly. It barely beat the Garfield film, which, again, whatever you want to say about Furiosa, I'm like, do I really think these are co-equal? No, no. I mean, Garfield was very average at best. It is super. We just did voice acting for one day, got our paycheck. That's it. George Miller put a lot of time and effort into Furiosa, and you can definitely see it on screen. So, is this a depressing sign that movie culture is dead? Streaming is taking over? Did they just get not lucky? I mean, it's a little weird because, I mean, granted, maybe Mad Max just doesn't have the brand recognition that even Dune has, or obviously the MCU, because people keep saying these things that, well, yeah, it's just the women and the wokes. I mean, the Marvels had better box office. So, yeah, maybe it's Brie Larson and the feminists and the communist women's, maybe. But we actually look at the numbers. No, you got a woman starring. It does actually bring in box office. Maybe not huge like Barbie all the time, but no, the average is actually pretty strong. So it might just be. And again, I love Anya Taylor Joy, but and Chris Hemsworth too. To be honest, it's like these are not box office people. So I don't know. Maybe it was just the casting was wrong. Again, in terms of the box office, but it's really bizarre because the strangest thing about Furiosa, if you do even take this seriously, like, well, the problem is the women's is that it's a very male dominated film. I mean, most of the time is actually spent with male characters. I mean, I think if you're being totally honest, this is like really just a Joe Warboys film, and Furiosa is like she's a major character, but really it's more about them than her. So it's just very, very puzzling that it's like, well, the problem is there's just too many women's, and men need to see themselves. Come on, where's my men's? Like the majority of the scenes are with men. Men are all over the place. Men are very prominent. Men speak a lot of dialogue. They do a lot of things. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe this is a problem with Fury Road itself, which made a little bit of money, but it also had a big struggle to get its box office. So I don't know, because I always assumed the Mad Max fandom was pretty big, but maybe this is just a thing that, of course, you think the Mad Max fandom is big because you're interacting with other Mad Max fans. I don't know. It's a very strange thing. So I'm going to support Furiosa. I think it's worthy of getting better box office, but I don't know. It's definitely strange. I can't say this is a bad film, and it's getting really rave reviews from critics and fans. So the fans love it. So it's like, I don't know. Maybe the Mad Max fandom is just a lot smaller than we ever thought. But it's definitely a strange time to be either a film fan or a Mad Max fan. That, yeah, after what, at least 35 years of mythology, is apparently just a very, very small community, which is kind of insane. And on a final note, I'm going to do a reaction video to this. Red Letter Media released a very positive review of Furiosa, and I have my differences with Red Letter Media, but I was surprised at how positive they were. So again, it is the word of mouth is out there, but I guess it needs to be spreading a little further.